Alright, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I think I got cut off for some fucking reason. So I'm just starting off where I left off. Alright, so where was I? I was, I was, I don't know where I was. Do not know where I was. Hold on. Alright. I get it. Am I still recording or streaming and shit, or am I being a dumbass again? What the fuck? Alright. Hold on. Alright, so, what I was saying is that, I do support my Croatians. I was just saying that I also have a lot of respect and admiration for Vinicius, for Rodrigo, for Casemiro because they all play for Real Madrid, and for Militao, who also plays for Real Madrid. Casemiro no longer plays for Real Madrid. He was sold to Manchester United. But like I said, I still support them because of those players. But I still gotta keep my word and support my Croatians until the end, good or bad. So we're gonna move on to the next game that I also said before that France would win against Poland. Olivier Giroud scored. Kylian Mbappe is just on fire. Okay, can we just can't even speak no more. Kylian Mbappe is just on fire. The man is just doing everything he can to make sure that they repeat as world champions with France. Mbappe is on a mission. The guy jumps on the pitch, hot as fuck, ready to go, bro. Like from the time that the referee blows the whistle, Kylian Mbappe is 100% all in. So, with that being said, world champions France. Unfortunately, Poland, they were just no match for them. Okay, they were just no match for them. That wouldn't tell you so with the possession of the ball, but that's more of a tactical view than anything else, really. So again, France moved forward like I said they would with a score of 3-1 against Poland. Good game to the Polish. Robert Lewandowski did score a penalty kick very late into the game. There was nothing they could have done at that time. Good game to Poland, but they do exit the World Cup. Um, we may have seen the last of Robert Lewandowski in the World Cup, in this World Cup. So once again, if we never see him again play a World Cup, good game to him. He's one of the best strikers of our generation. Um, I wish he would have had a better team, but nonetheless, they brought pride to Poland. Good game to them. France moves on to the quarterfinals, where they will face England. I wanted the fucking goddamn English to lose. I think I made that very clear. I still hate those pieces of shit. Senegal, they were no match for the goddamn English. They were like, "Oi, you blackies over there, we're gonna rape ya," and they did. They fucking destroyed them, bro. Like they were like, "Oi, you know how we rape you in Africa? Yeah, we're gonna rape you again." Yeah, dude, it was bad, bro. Like, you know, bro, man, poor Senegal. I thought they would do a lot better, but man, them niggas just got raped. Like, it wasn't even funny, bro. Like, them niggas was like, it was like they came to my village and they raped me, like that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. But good game to the English. You know, on they moved to face France. Now, this match right here, we're going to talk about it in a little bit. We're just going through what happened in the round of 16. Then we'll talk about the quarterfinals. And I'll give you my predictions. Again, make your own fucking predictions because, I was only 50% right on this one. So, but I said I would be. But I said I would be. So, even though I was 50% off, I was 100% right of 50%. You know what I mean? So, I win. Anyways, next game. In this one, I called it. I said I'm supporting the African nation of Morocco against the goddamn racist Spanish Federation. Fuck the goddamn Spanish Federation. Even though I'm a die-hard Real Madrid fan, when it comes to the Spanish national team, those Catalan pieces of shit, they are doing everything they can to be independent from Spain, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Spain's national team, it's nothing more than a fucking, what do you call it? A melting pot of geopolitical interest. That's all it is. And if I'm fucking lying, then why the fuck did Luis Enrique pull so many niggas from Barcelona? Why? You tell me. You explain to me what. What the fuck was the message that this nigga was trying to send? By picking so many fucking players from Barcelona and so little players from Real Madrid, even though they were more. They had better players at Real Madrid that this motherfucker decided to look over because he wanted to bring that young generation of Barcelona players. Look where it got him. Look where it fucking got him. Everybody thought, oh, fucking Spain. They beat Costa Rica 7-0 to start the World Cup with. Oh my god, these guys are fucking contenders. I was like, bro, these niggas don't have experience. It's a geopolitical motivated national team. And when shit outside of the football realm, sort of like puts his dirty finger in football, shit like this happens. Shit like this happens. Look what happened to Spain against Germany. They should have. The Germans got cold feet. The Germans got cold feet, and they got raped, and they got sent to the. They got sent home in the first round of the World Cup in the group stages. All right, they should have beat Spain in that second game. Nobody can argue against that shit. All right, nobody can argue against that shit. Look what happened to Spain when they faced Japan in the third and final game of the group stages. They got fucking destroyed, dude. Why? It wasn't that they were trying to throw the game. That's why I never agree with what everybody was saying. Oh, Spain was fucking throwing away the game so that, they can knock out Germany and, avoid Argentina and Brazil on the other side of the bracket and all that nonsense bullshit. I was like, bro, you guys are not seeing the bigger picture. Spain has a geopolitical driven national team. And it's a young generation of very talented players that maybe in the next World Cup or two will do something. But right now, Japan, with the experienced players that they have today, just look at the way that they play against Croatia. They fucking stepped all over Spain. I mean, take a look at this shit, okay? We're going to talk about this game now between Morocco and Spain. Because Morocco, if you look at the way Morocco plays, they are very physical. They run. They cover space. They run back and forth. You know what I mean? If one of their left backs is, upfield attacking, somebody's covering the hole. You know what I mean? And defensively, even though, look at the possession. Look at this. Look at this. How Spain did not score a single fucking goal will tell you that Morocco played a fantastic game of defense. It might be boring to you if Morocco doesn't score a goal, but remember, this is the World Cup. This is not a sprint. This is a fucking marathon. And you have to win games both by scoring goals and by defending like a son of a bitch. Because teams have become world champions in the past by either doing one or the other, a combination, or none of it. They've just been out of this world. So, look at this shit. 77% of ball possession, over 1,000 passes, 90%. That means that 900 out of the 1,000 passes that this niggas gave were accurate. How did any of that not end up in a goal? Look at this bullshit. Shots on target, 13. Or, I'm sorry, just shots at anywhere near the goal, 13. Shots on actual target, only once. Only once for a fucking team that passes the ball more than 1,000 times in a game. This fucking numbers right here, this statistics right here, should grant you at least 5 fucking goals. But they're inexperienced. Who the fuck are they gonna depend on? Busquets? Busquets is nothing more than an old horse that needs to be put down. Take this motherfucker to the back of the barn and put a fucking bullet in his brains. He's done. He's washed up. It's okay, bro, okay? You were good in 2010. You were amazing in 2012. But, time, father time, he might take a long time to come, but when that nigga arrives, it's time to go. And for Spain, the old players got to go. The geopolitical interests of the national team have to change. And this young generation, in maybe the next World Cup or the next World Cup after that, they may be good. But that's just 8 years down the road. And if any of these players have any intention of clearing their name of whatever the fuck they did today, they're going to take that opportunity to succeed. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you about Spain, but Morocco, all props to them. They defensively, I'm not saying, I'm not talking about the attack because obviously, I mean, look, they had more shots on target than Spain, and half the shots that Spain had on, anywhere near the goal. So Morocco was there, but other numbers tell you otherwise. They deserved to go through to the quarterfinals because when it came down to the penalty kick, just look at the way that the Spanish team players took the PKs, the penalty kicks. It was as if they didn't want to be there. My dead grandma can rise from her fucking grave and take a better penalty kick than this sons of bitches. All right? They deserve to get knocked out of the World Cup. I fucking called it. Fuck Spain. Now we move on to the next game. Portugal and Switzerland. Switzerland had some support in the last stream. Betty, I don't know why she would do that, but whatever. 6-1. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't even start because of a little fallout he had with the coach, but they didn't need Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at this guy, man. He scores a hat trick. This guy replaces Cristiano Ronaldo in the World Cup round of 16 game, and he scores a hat trick. What a beast! What a fucking animal, man! And look at the possession. Switzerland had the ball more time, or yeah, 53% of the time than Portugal. Amount of passes, about the same. Pass accuracy, about the same. Fouls, about the same. Red cards or yellow cards. Two for the Swiss, none for the Portuguese. No red cards, even though Pepe played. And if you know anything about Pepe, that nigga is fucking crazy. Corners. Oh, I mean, this fucking stat sheet right here is pretty even, except for the shots on target, which Portugal had 9 of them, scored 6 times. That's a 66% scoring rate. You can't get any better than that. Any better than that, and I don't know, man. The players might not be human. So Cristiano came on late. He had an opportunity, but he was offside, so the goal didn't count. But this was a very even game when it came to like the statistics. But other than that, Portugal dominated the game. I mean, this game got blown out of the water in the first half. So you know, good game to the Swiss. They had a bad day, man. They had a bad day at the office, the Swiss, and well, shit happens, right? It is what it is. So now that we reviewed the round of 16, we're gonna review the quarterfinals, and I'll give you my predictions, and that should wrap it all up. So in the game between Holland, the Netherlands, how to get a drink of water. Holland and the Netherlands. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm on the fence on this one, but I am gonna give a prediction. I believe that. Let me see here. Hmm. Argentina is not playing bad, but they haven't been tested, bro. Argentina haven't been tested, just the same way that the Netherlands haven't been tested. Uh, if I have to give you a prediction, I say the game ends 1-1. They go to extra time, and in extra time, the Netherlands goes through. That is my prediction for that quarterfinal key of the World Cup between the Netherlands and Argentina. I say that the game ends 1-1. They go to extra time, still 1-1. They go to penalty kicks, and the Netherlands takes it in penalty kicks. Just like the same way that Argentina knocked out the Netherlands back in 2014 in a semifinal to reach the final, which they would eventually lose to Germany, who trashed Brazil, and they would lose it 1-0. be a goal by Mario Götze, who came on as a substitute of Miroslav Klose and scored in extra time to give the Germans their fourth World Championship. So that's how I see it. 1-1. They go to, let me see, they go to extra time. They go to penalty kicks. The Netherlands takes it. So I'm with the Netherlands on this one. Next one, another one, and that one's on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. So adjust for whatever time zone you live in. The next game, we have a very very good game. This all started, this little rivalry all started back in 1998 between Croatia and Brazil. Brazil and Croatia have played before in the World Cup. I can't remember what the score line was. I think it was back in 2006, the last time Croatia and Brazil met in a World Cup, and the Brazilians took the game. In that game, the referee showed a red card to one of the Brazilians twice. So he didn't. Okay, so the first time it was a yellow card, right? And then he showed him a second yellow card, and then that should have been a red card. But he let him he let him keep playing, and then he showed him another, I think, a straight red card or another yellow card or some shit like that. So technically, that motherfucker had like two red cards in a game and kept playing, if I remember correctly. So just you know, um, something curious about Brazil and Croatia. And the Croatians made their World Cup debut back in 1998. And Davor Suker was their top striker at the time. I can't remember if he played for Real Madrid or if Petrov Mijatovic, a player of Real Madrid at the time in 1997, 1998, I think he asked, I can't remember what team Davor Suker used to play for, but he asked Real Madrid to buy that guy, to buy that fucking guy because of the amazing skill that he showed at the 1998 World Cup when Croatia qualified for the first time as a free independent state. So a lot of history, even though it's more short term, but they've seen each other. Yeah, it was 2006 right here, the last time that Brazil faced mighty Croatia. So this game right here, I'm with the Croatians. Like I said, I have a lot of love for a lot of players in Brazil. I don't want them to lose, but I will have to support Croatia. If I had to give you a score line, I say, let me see. Yeah, it's Brazil, and they know how to play and they know how to score. And I might be going with the underdog again. This is just my prediction. You make your own. I'm gonna have to go with Croatia. I say they win on penalty kicks. I don't see Croatia beating Brazil in regular time or in extra time. I say that the game ends either 2-2 or 1-1 or even 0-0. All right, I'm guessing 0-0, 1-1, or 2-2, and it goes to PKs, to penalty kicks, and Croatia takes it. That's my prediction. Once again, I have a lot of love for a lot of players. I don't want either team to go out of the World Cup. However, destiny has pit them against each other, and as much love as I have for my Brazilian players, I will go ahead and support my Croatian players too. So I'm going with Croatia again, just like the same with the Netherlands, which I said would end in 1-1 and go to PKs, in which the Netherlands would take it. I say that this game between Croatia and Brazil can go 0-0, 1-1, or 2-2, with the Croatians taking it in PKs and penalty kicks. For this game right here will be extremely interesting, extremely interesting between England and the current world champion France, because France is firing on all cylinders. There's no weakness in France. You might argue that the defense might be a little faulty, but then again, are they really? Are they really? I don't think they are. They might have, a little thing or two to fix, but then again, it's the World Cup, is where, 23 players come together for what they hope to be 7 games, and it's kind of hard to get them in sync, especially with the injuries, especially with so many talented French players, missing the World Cup because of injury, and other players having to step up to the plate and fulfill in their shoes, and they have done so with Chamonix, with Camavinga, with Hernandez, with Lloris, with Griezmann is playing. Antoine Griezmann is playing a fantastic World Cup. He controls the timing of the French national team. Mbappe is just Mbappe. Mbappe is playing like a god. He's just, this is his World Cup. He's doing everything he can to win it again, and I can see why. Giroud is scoring goals. Benzema is not being missed. Imagine that. The Ballon d'Or, right? The guy who just won the Champions League with Real Madrid, the guy who's, scored the most goals for Real Madrid, the guy who scored the most goals in the Champions League to be missing and for you to say, "Oh, we're okay, nothing's really happening." That says a lot of the depth that the French national team has. Now, England, once again, I don't, I haven't seen anybody test England. I really haven't seen anybody like put the English through their paces, and I think that France will. Honestly speaking, this game I don't see it going to overtime. I don't see this game going to penalty kicks. I am going to say that the French will take this game in a manner of 3-1, 3-2. That's what I'm predicting. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 3-1 or 3-2, England will be disqualified from the World Cup by France. That's my prediction. And last but definitely not least, this game will be, a very interesting game because not only because I support Morocco, but I support Portugal, and I think you all know this very clear. Support Cristiano Ronaldo. I hope he starts for this game. I don't see him not starting. Hopefully, nothing else happens between him and the coach and the team. Keep the arrogance for, some other time. And I know it's not arrogance. It's just sometimes you don't see eye to eye, and you got to put your foot down and let him know what's up. So I see the reason why he did what he did today. Um, I support whatever the coach says. I want you to be clear. I will never put the players' interests before the teams. I support the coaches and what they do, um, and that's besides the point of being a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. So, in this particular game, something very interesting will happen because of the way that they've been playing their games, right? So defensively, we know that Morocco against a much better tactical team will just play, like I said, tower defense. And Portugal today, by scoring six goals, is sending a very clear message to Morocco that, hey, you guys can play amazing defense. Well, we can score a lot. So another interesting game of the something that can't be stopped against something that can't be moved. So I think this game will be the most even game out of all the other three, or yeah, all the other three, because it's a total of 4 games in the quarterfinals. So I think that this game between Morocco and Portugal will be the most even game. I do see the Portuguese beating Morocco in regular time as well. Again, same score line as France, but a goal less. I see like a 3-0 to Portugal or a 3-1 to Portugal. I don't see any other score line. To be honest, don't let this fool you. The win probability. This you shouldn't be too concerned with it. This is just a computer cranking out numbers. But the way that the Portuguese played today against a very very good Swiss team demonstrated that they can score the goals. And Morocco defensively, if they fall back, they can put the whole 11 players on their half of the team and even deeper. And like I said, they can play tower defense, man. And Morocco is no easy task for the Portuguese. And I think it'll be an extremely even game, although the Portuguese will chip away slowly at the Moroccan team and beat them 3-1 or 3-0. That's just my prediction. So I have Portugal going through, I have France going through, I have Croatia going through, and I have the Netherlands going through. So if I'm 50% right of all of my predictions here, um, I might be onto something for the semifinals. So we'll see what happens, right? So I got Portugal, I got France, I got Croatia, and I got the Netherlands. And those games will be both on Friday and Saturday at the same times, 9 a.m. Central Time and 1 p.m. Central Time. So adjust for your time zones, and then I will be making a video on Saturday because, well, actually, I don't even have to make a video on Saturday, but I will make a video on Saturday because I want to just, you know, get the emotion of who's going into the semifinals. So we'll see what happens on Friday and Saturday. I think the quarterfinals have a lot to offer for us. Um, I want you guys to, like, if you can, do some research on the last time that the Netherlands played Argentina in a World Cup, and you will be surprised. You will be surprised at the level. You will be surprised at the emotion. You will be surprised at the scoreline. I mean, when these two teams play, they have played in World Finals. They have played World Cup finals between the two, and Argentina got the best of the Dutch team. So we'll see what happens this time around. Argentina is playing fantastically with Lionel Messi. The Netherlands, they got talent. The Netherlands got talent. It'll be a tough game. I see the Netherlands going through. Again, go back to the last time that Brazil played Croatia. They won. Brazil won again, but you will see the high intensity that they played the Croatians with, and just look at the players that Brazil had at the time, and you will understand why the scoreline was what it was. Again, Croatia is playing defensively and offensively when they have to, and I like the balance. They're to me they're very good balance. They're not overpower, but they're not pushovers. So I think that Croatia has that perfect balance of being good and being bad. And I say that with the utmost respect for Croatia, because like I said, I am rooting for them. But you still gotta criticize your own, or otherwise somebody else will, and you might not like it. So start learning that shit. Against Nothing against Brazil, fantastic players, world class, but I think they will be knocked out by Croatia. France versus England. Once again, the English. I mean, the English are just flexing all over this World Cup, man. They have fantastic players, amazing players, especially Jude Bellingham. That guy is going to be a fantastic midfielder in a couple of years, and I hope that he moves to Real Madrid. Because imagine that the Real Madrid midfield would be secure for the next decade if Jude Bellingham decides to sign for Real Madrid. Because you would have Camavinga, you would have Chouameni, and you would have Jude Bellingham for Real Madrid. I'm really hoping that we make the right decisions. I am hoping that Florentino Perez, Real Madrid's president, decides to make an offer for Jude Bellingham because he is the future of any midfield where you put him. The guy is just magical. You got to see Jude Bellingham play. But then again, they are facing the reigning world champions, France, who are just they're just a step above everybody else in the World Cup right now. I feel like, and you have somebody like Mbappe and Griezmann who are just doing everything they can to push the team forward. And with Giroud scoring the goals, that's another plus because when you create chances and your striker is not putting it away, then you start to like second guess yourself if you should not be passing the ball anymore and be, taking the opportunities on by yourself. And that's where, selfish decisions can be made. And we don't want to get into that argument because it's the you did this and the you did that type of scenario, and nobody wins. So I see France beating England regular time, scoreline of like 3-2. It will be a classic. I feel like it will be a classic World Cup game between two world champions, the English and the French. So we'll see what happens. But I have France. I have every ounce of I guess you can call it, I don't know, hope that they win, and I hope they will. But we'll see what happens, right? Morocco, Portugal. Again, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Um, Very even. I think this is the most even game of the quarterfinals. I do believe that Portugal will go on through. Morocco so far has played a fantastic World Cup, defensively and offensively. Like I said, they have that beauty, that beauty mixture like Croatia does. So again, another very well balanced team. Everybody runs, everybody helps, and they will face Portugal, and we'll see what happens. I do see Portugal going through with a scoreline of 3-1.